Ken Raquel is typical of many young toy collectors. He keeps up with the latest toy trends and collects mainly recent figures. His room is a monument to his love of superheroes and his enthusiasm for the hobby. But even though he collects new toys, it was the old toys he first fell in love with.
I actually started haphazardly collecting in 1970 with the Mego action figures. My mother would take me out every Monday to pick up a new action figure, and those were anywhere from Superman to Shazam to some Marvel heroes like Captain America and the Hulk, and they came in boxes, and that's where it all started. And through the years, I would gradually pick up other items similar to that, and then for a period I stopped, and now, since I have a little bit more money, I've gone out and purchased and kept in the original packages a lot of what you see on the walls around here. I have a complete collection up to date of the X-Men, and then I have other collections that I've integrated along with it as well. Ever since my dad brought home a stack of comic books for me when I was a kid, I was really fascinated by all of these heroes that could do more than the average human being. I was always really impressed. And then when I saw these figures that, that were lifted right out of the page, I thought that these are the greatest things in the world.
Ken places a high value on variations and tries to collect every one he can find.
There are 3 variations of cords on these Weapon X's. There's 2 variations of the Juggernaut. The Forge, one has a brown holster to keep his gun, the other one has a yellow holster. The initial release on the Rogue, the paint job, everybody was waiting. To me, it almost seems like it's a complete set, and I have to keep it a complete set. If I hear about one slight variation on something, whether it's a slightly different color on them or there's a different accessory in it, I pretty much go out of my way to try to find it. And I think it's there's a self-reward in all of this, and there's also a thrill for me to be able to go out and go to a store and then seeing that one figure that you were looking for weeks or after hearing about it. I mean, there's a thrill in that. Why do I like superheroes? Because I've always wanted to be one. I guess. I don't know.
Jim Tudor is one of many thousands of collectors who have made Star Wars toys the most popular action figure collectibles today. He doesn't hesitate to voice his opinions, exhibiting a strong moral sense that may have been inspired by the noble themes of Star Wars.
The main thing I collect would be Star Wars. That's my favorite toys of all time, and the main reason I like Star Wars is because I just grew up on it, really. Totally just grew up on Star Wars. I had the toys when I was little. I had, posters. Just that's all I ever thought about. It was just Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. I have these vivid images as a young kid. Somebody, when I was probably like 2 or something, they put a poster in my room, one of those, painted collage movie posters of Star Wars, and I just remember staring at it and looking at it and thinking about it, and I didn't even know what it was, and my neighbors all came over, and they were a little bit older, and they would tell me, oh, that's Star Wars, and I don't know, it's fun. The nostalgia is just, a lot of the appeal of this is the nostalgia, and people pay big bucks for the nostalgia. And to me, I remember these things. It's like toys that every neighbor kid had, like the Bionic Man or Stretch Octopus. You stretch this thing, and it really doesn't do anything. You just stretch it, a hard plastic head, and then you whack them with it, and kids hit each other with the Stretch Octopus and get hurt. And vivid memories of that. Sucker Man, that the thing you throw at the wall, and he's just all suction cups and just a generic green alien. Just silly stuff. Welcome Back Kotter action figures. That's like, I think, the cultural equivalent of having a action figure set of Home Improvement figures these days. I mean, I just don't think it would happen, but back then it did. And to me, it's funny that it did.
Unlike Ken, Jim has a very negative view of modern toy variations.
A different paint scheme or a different card variation or a weapon variation Only collectors are going to care about that, and collectors are going to go in and spend the money and complain every step of the way and buy them anyway. And the companies know it.